Hi everybody, this is Murugan. I'm a SEBI registered investment analyst. Through this video, I'm going to talk about very basic stuff about trading, especially about placing orders. These days, a lot of people started trading themselves, placing orders, buy, sell orders. But people still struggle about how to place a stop loss orders. How do I place the right trigger price? How do I ensure that my stop loss orders get executed properly? So this video I'm going to talk about basic stuff about placing orders. So I'm sure you will find it very useful. Let me take it step by step. I'm sure next 2-3 minutes we're going to cover up this video, and we may also show a charts whereby people please place orders, or even I can explain a little more using a quiz so that you can understand it better. So I'm sure you will find this video very useful. Let's take a next step forward. See, I hope anybody who's seeing this video at this moment must be familiar about this, because I'm assuming that you got a basic idea about how do I open a trading account, demat account. If you got no idea what is this all about, better you go back and see our basic videos through our YouTube channel, and that can actually probably help you. But this is something when you already have a trading account with you, any stock you open may have something called market depth. Maybe a F5 or F6, which lists you something called the list of buyers and sellers. So I'm actually taking something called so this is something buyer side, and this is something as a seller side. Is it everyone here? And you see the buyers are standing at 275.35, 275.30, 275.20. There are a lot of buyers. The best buyer is the one who is quoting the highest price, and there are a lot of sellers, but the cheapest seller is turned out to be the best seller. So there are 250 shares available for sale at the rate of 275.5, and 125 shares can be purchased at the rate of 275.35. It's a very basic stuff about stock trading. But we may all have a different views about punching orders. Let me take one by one. Let's take a case 1 where I want to buy a stock only at the rate of 275. Look, I just want to buy a shares only at what rate? 275. Whereas now the shares are available for sale at the rate of 275.50. So if that is the case, I cannot buy the shares immediately, but I still can place the order. How do I place an order? Because if I instruct the exchange now, then my order may be in the pending. When a price comes to 275, it gets automatically purchased. But remember, these orders are valid only for a day. So what is my step 1? Press F1 by choosing the stock name. Otherwise, just right click, and I'm sure most of the brokers are offering you a user-friendly tool. So that may give you an option called buy. So you click onto that buy order. The step 2, it must be showing something called a limit order. By default, it is usually a limit order. Okay, now you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, there is an option called choosing limit order. Okay, so you have to choose something called limit order. Then step 2. After this, step 3, I'm sure it must be showing you called a price field, where you have to type 275. In some software, you may have a limit price. In some software, it may ask a price. It can be anything, but it's going to show you only one field that must be the the price, which is a limit price. So if you say 275 and press submit, what happens? Your order will be placed, and it will be kept in the same row. So if you say 100 quantity, this will no more a 450, this will become 150, this will become 150. So this order may remain pending as the best seller is available at the rate of 275. So don't dream that you will get the shares instantly at 275. There is no guarantee that you will be getting the shares, but it will be placed in the queue. If a price is available at 275, you will be getting it. But you will be clubbed along with 450. So I think this will no more a 450. This will become 550. This will become 550, because adding your 100 is also along with that. But remember, the order is valid only for the day. But this is true only when you want to go for a hard bargain, let the price come down to buy. Then you limit yourself to 275. Sometimes you may be interested in buying the stock immediately. It's a different case. If you really want to buy the stock immediately, then you should actually choose again a buy order, which is again F1. But remember, this time don't go for a limit order. Rather, this time you should go for a market order. So I'm sure there is an order type called limit or market order. Choose a market order radio button. And if you do so, this time surprisingly it may not ask you a price. This time the price will not come. I hope I'm actually mentioning it. This time you will not get something called price. Rather, it will simply ask you quantity alone. So if you really wants to buy, let's say 500 quantity, and if you mention 500, it will immediately buy at the best possible price. Remember, you will get 250 quantities at the rate of this price, the another 125 quantity at this price, and another 175 quantity at this price, and another 25 quantity from this price. So it doesn't mean you will pay a hell lot of money. You still pay only at the best asking price. You will not be paying 276. You will be paying for these prices only, and you will finally see the average price in your software. But I'll tell you one thing. It goes till it finds 500 quantity. That's the beauty of this particular thing. It will not make you in the queue because you said, I want to buy at the market price. So market order is something, but anything you buy, any price you pay, no problem, but I want the quantity. That is how you instruct it to the exchange. By any chance, if you really want to, sometime, people don't want to buy lavishly any amount, but they still wants to buy 500 quantity, but they surprisingly limit themselves with a price number called 275.6. Remember this time the case, like I want to buy about 500 quantity, but I'm limiting myself to 275.6. If that is the case, 275.6, look, I want to buy a 500 quantity. It means press F1 first to open a buy order. This time don't choose a market order because you are not willing to pay 276, 277. If you don't, now I think it's better you choose a limit order. And when it comes to the price, this time you type a price called 275.6. It means the sooner you do that, 250 shares you will get it at the rate of 275.5 because you are okay to pay 275.6. So if that is the case, you must be happy to get the shares at 275.5. And another 150 shares still available at the rate of 275.55. But remember, the remaining 100 shares can be bought only if you are willing to pay slightly more than what you actually instructed to the exchange called 275.6. So your orders will not be executed instantly. Only 400 quantities, remember, it's very important, 400 quantities will be instantly executed. Remaining 100 will be in pending. I hope, the remaining 100 will be in pending. So that's what I'm highlighting it. So it's partial execution taken place. But if you really want to modify the orders, that orders can also be executed. Okay, now, having learned all these orders, now we're going to talk about something called buy order. Look at this one. Sometimes people may have a different view that Murugan, I want to buy a stock only if a price reaches at 276.05. Only when price reaches 276.05. Look, why should someone think about like this? Now the share is anyway available at what price? 275.5. So if at all, if I want to buy, the seller is okay to sell the shares at 275.5. So why should I actually think about buying shares at 276 or 05? See, sometime technically or various reasons, we want to see whether there is a buying ability for the price to go beyond that level. Only then we buy. So I'm not actually talking about analysis now. But if you really want to buy a quantity only above 276 or a 276.05, then we need something called stop loss order. I'm going to give the condition to the exchange that you place a buy order only when a price goes above 276.05. It's not a normal order. It's not a market order. By any chance, if you choose a limit order and if you press 276.05, normal limit order, and if you choose 276.05, remember you will get the shares immediately at the rate of 275.50. It will not be pending. But this time the trader interest is different. He really wants to buy only if only, look at this one, only for price reaches 276.05. He is not interested in buying the shares at the rate of 275.50. It means he don't want to buy the shares now. Only for price reaches 276.05 he wants to buy. So how do I place order? Number one, first open the buy order. Remember, he wants to buy. So first place a buy order. Then when it comes to order selection, choose stop loss limit order. Choose a stop loss limit order. Is it everyone with me here? So now you have to choose stop loss limit order. Then it may give you two more field. Surprisingly, so far the order book shows, the order widget shows only one field, which is your price field. But this time it is asking you something called trigger field. In fact, this is more important than the price field now. Let me first explain what is trigger field. See, the trigger field is something on which the condition will be met. So if you type 276.05, then you are giving the instruction to the exchange that when price reaches 276.05, only then you consider my order at the price of 276.15. Remember, there is a difference between these two numbers. Most of the people quote those two numbers same. It means when 276.05 reaches, consider my order only at the rate of 276.05. Sometimes the quantity may not be available. It's still at the pending. So I tell you one thing, that trigger price is a price. Ensure that your order will be accepted as a normal order from that level only. Then you have to punch orders. So I think I can explain this with even more example as we actually go for it. But you need to first understand what is trigger price. Then only I can explain about how to place it. See, in this case, let's go back to this example. In this case, if the stock is trading at the rate of 275.35 and 275.5, but in this case, we want to buy a shares only above 276.05 or only when a price reaches 276.05. So I think you have to now place a conditional order. You have to give an instruction to the exchange that buy a shares only when a price goes about 276.05. Till then, I am having a patience not to buy. Only when that happens, buy the shares immediately. In that case, a stop loss order comes into the picture. I think the term stop loss confuses people. Rather, we would have said it is a conditional order. Because when such condition meets, then you buy the shares for me. So remember, it is not just about a stop loss limit order. It should be a buy order where when that condition reaches, you have to buy at the maximum rate of 276.15. Sometimes people make a market price. Okay, market price. It's a stop loss market order. In that case, the moment triggers, whatever the price available, it get the quantity. But in this case, it will buy only up to paying 276.15. Otherwise, it will be in pending. Let me now take a chart for you people to understand it better. Okay, let me first explain how this trigger price and all other things comes into the picture. Let me actually open the charts here. Okay, now let me take a company name called any of the company. Let's take Tata Motors. See, again, I'm not going to explain anything about analysis here. Let me first tell you an idea. I think this market is pretty weak, right? So we need to, let me quickly first find some stock which is at least appealing in terms of buying. Okay, now I just wanted to have a good outperformer, which I wanted to take it. Okay, now look at this one. I think the market is all up and down, everything. So I've taken a stock name. I think it must be, I hope you guys can see the video here. So, see again my comments. Okay, I'm not telling it's a good company or a bad company. My idea is not to do analysis. It's only about understanding when to place a stop loss order. Remember, I hope now you see at the side, it's 5,823 is the share price now. The share price is now, it's 5,823, which is a Britannia on this day. Okay, now, if I want to buy the shares right away, I'm sure at 5,823, the shares must be available. I can easily buy it. But if I want to buy the shares only for price managed to go above the highest level like this, which is 5,900 above only I want to buy, By any chance, if I place a buy order stating 5,823 now, then remember the shares will be immediately purchased. I don't want to buy the shares immediately. Even if you quote 5,900 to buy, the exchange will understand that I'm willing to buy the shares even by paying 5,900. I don't want that communication to happen. I want the exchange to know that I want to buy only if a price goes above 5,900, then place my buy order. It means, what should I do now? It's very simple. You have to now choose a stop loss order. Now you have to choose a stop loss order and now set a trigger price at 5,900. This is my trigger price. So only when it triggers, buy the shares. Is there everyone with me here? I hope. So trigger price is a price by which you really want the buying or selling to take place. Then Murugan, what is a limit and market on the stop loss orders? See, when a price gets triggered, you wanted to buy immediately. Yes, that is the reason why when you choose a stop loss buy order, your limit price is always above the trigger price. You cannot quote a lesser price. But sometimes what happens, the price goes in a much faster way. Sooner it triggers your price, the next price can be much higher where your orders can be in queue again. So sometimes people place a stop loss orders, they use the statement, it gets triggered, but I'm not getting my order filled. So I'll tell you one thing, it's better you choose a stop loss market order. But remember one thing, if you have a huge amount of quantity, it's better you always limit yourself. Better split the orders, understand it well, then place it. Traders need to understand the art of placing orders, when to bargain, lot more things important. But anyway, coming back to this one. So what is stop loss orders? No, if I really want to buy the shares, let's say at 6,400, only above 6,400, then I punch a buy order stating a stop loss order, triggering 6,400 as a stop loss order, trigger price, but I may choose it as a market. So sooner price goes above 6,400, I buy the shares whatever available in the market. Sometime I really want to sell the shares if a price goes only below 5,300. So I may not simply place a sell order. I may place a sell order, which is a stop loss sell order, and a software may show me a trigger price. There I put a price called 5,300. So when a price goes only below 5,300, then only my order gets executed. But remember one thing, these orders are not generally valid beyond the day, especially about NSE and BSE. Now most of the brokers are limiting themselves to a day order, right? But remember one thing, whatever order you place, which are valid only for the day, so you have to place an order by next day if it's not executed. Hope, I'm sure you found the things was useful, but I'm sure if you really wants to test your understanding about things, you can still take up the quiz, because we have a stock market, I hope you need the stock market quiz about stop loss. So I think there is a level on which, so if you click onto this one, we got the quiz taking place. So I think it's a bit slow internet. I think it's getting loaded, but I'm sure when you open this, it will get quickly loaded here, and then you can do it. See, meanwhile, I request you people to, I request you people to, share the platform. I think if you actually share this, it helps us to reach more people. And if anybody is interested, they can also see the video and gets benefited. And this is something which is a basic aspect of it. I'll give you the quiz, and I was talking about the quiz. Look at this one. I hope you see there is what is stop loss order? An order which is getting executed immediately, an order which gets executed only when a price reaches. I'm not giving you the answer, but nothing wrong. You search an answer and answer it well. And of course, you will get the answers the moment you submit it. Is there everyone with me here? So you don't know what is right or wrong? No, I'm not. So if a trader wants to buy an order when it reaches only at 100, whereas it is currently trading at 900, I hope you know what to do. So place a stop loss buy order with a limit of, so you can actually try a bit more and So I think you can keep trying something. Which one of the following thing is wrong? So understand it well and choose the order accordingly. Okay, I'm asking about what is wrong. So likewise, we're gonna keep pushing you something, and then finally you can actually submit it. This link will help you to find the answers. It is specifically about stop losses. So I'm sure you might have found these things very useful, and if you really wants to understand a lot more basic aspect of the videos, you can actually go to youtube.com. Otherwise, go to Google, okay, and then type EQSIS videos. Okay, and I'm sure this will take you through our YouTube channel, and you can click onto the YouTube channel where you will find our videos. See, I'll tell you one thing. We really appreciate if you can subscribe, because next time if you're interested about any videos, you will also get it. And we also find a purpose of making such videos and reaching some people. So in fact, the most recent video we posted is about analysis on Nifty and Bank Nifty, but the market went other way around. Most of the calls were triggered the stop loss, we understand, but still people were asking, how do I play stop loss? So I was telling, in fact, our video prior to this is about position sizing, talking about stop losses. Understand this. And sometime back we posted a video where how a long-term investments in India was so fruitfully and so rewarding, profit oriented. And there are a lot more things about a basic stuff and a lot more analysis we use to update it. So I'm sure you will find our channel very useful. But we will continue to have a relationship only if you actually subscribe our video and only if you like and make a comments. I hope you also understand that the efforts what we take get rewarded only if few people start reacting to our videos. If there is any improvement you really needed, you can actually comment it at the comment section below in that particular video. Thanks for watching this video all the way, and I'm sure we can post and share the links about the quiz and everything below. And thanks for watching this again. Thank you. Happy trading. Feel free to contact us and join us in any time if you need it. Yeah.